Hey everyone, welcome back to Crooked Chicken. I hope you've been enjoying the videos I've been putting out. It's been fun to do it, and I hope you are just enjoying my take on things. This episode, it's all about the series finale of Legacies. Not only is it a series finale of a TV show, it's the end of the Vampire Diaries universe, and I've been a fan of the whole universe, since the beginning. So much that I actually went down to Covington, Georgia, where they actually filmed pretty much all of this. From time to time, they would use those outside scenes at the square, and in the Vampire Diaries, they would use the different houses throughout that town for the various characters that live there. And I went there earlier this year, and it's a beautiful town. I recommend you make the trip down there to see it. Not only for the square that they filmed in, where you can see all those iconic areas, but also the restaurant. Mystic Grill is a real restaurant. It's got great food. Get there, make a reservation because it does get busy. And not only that, they have a museum downstairs under the grill slash gift shop, where you can see all these screen used items, clothes and props, and they have just a it's just all kinds of stuff you can get. You can get shirts and cups and just all kinds of crap. And then across the street on the corner, there is another shop. Another shop that has all kinds of screen use props from Legacies and different things of the Vampire Diaries universe, as well as just having all kinds of apparel. And you can actually buy blood bags with fruit punch or whatever in them. They make them look like real blood bags, which is cool. You can drink out of them as they did in the show, so it's fun to freak people out with them that's not familiar with it. And it's just a beautiful town in general. That square's got all kinds of restaurants and shops. It's just a great place to go visit if you are a fan of that universe. But anyways, let's get into the series finale of Legacies and all the surprises that they had for us. And let's just get into it. So, as we all know, this was not meant to be a series finale. It was just, unfortunately, the show was canceled just because it wasn't performing as well, and the CW was going through a sale. The whole network was up for sale, and this is just one of the shows they decided not to renew, along with a handful of others, too. And, so the episode, it starts off with Alaric deciding to close the school because they had lost another student, and he just decided that the place wasn't safe anymore. And naturally, all these students fight against it to have it closed because that's the only home they got, and they don't feel safe anywhere else. And with that, with them fighting to close it, or fighting not to get it closed, one of the surprise cameos that was actually not as publicized, because we knew that Joseph Morgan was going to come back because he had been teasing it for weeks on Twitter, and they eventually, a few days or so before, they just went out and flat out announced it that he was going to be back on the show in some capacity. And anyways, the surprise cameo that we got, that we kind of saw coming, but we weren't sure because there was no official tease or anything, but was Candace King coming back as Caroline. She popped up for a couple scenes, and so that was a good surprise. We got to see her. We hadn't seen her for quite a while. And as they're going through all this fight to keep the school open, Hope actually gets Klaus's ashes from her family delivered to her, so she has to make the decision what to do with them. And she always wanted to spread them at the school just so she could always be around it, but with the school possibly closing, she was going through this crisis of what to do with his ashes and how to move on, basically. So in all that, she gets a hold of Landon, who is the new ferryman for the other side, or limbo, or whatever you want to call it, and asks him to get a hold of her father, bring her father to her, however they wanted to do it. And, you know, he went through all kinds of trouble and did all kinds of different things, and came down to the fact, we did not get the official, in-person Klaus cameo that we all wanted, but we got this little snippet, towards the end of the episode, where it's basically like a fucking Zoom call from the other side, where he's just got this video message for her, explaining that, she's going to make mistakes, she's going to fall in love, she's going to lose that love, and, it's just more important out of all of that she live her life regardless of what happens, and that he lets her know that he is at peace, and she is the reason for that. So, we all got kind of a close, official close. I don't think we'll ever see anything from Klaus ever again, even because Julie Plec, the executive producer and all that, she said that this is not going to be the last of the Vampire Diaries Universe TV shows. She said at some point they will probably do another show of some sort, but it could be years down the road. We don't have any kind of official thing in the works that we know of. And, so that was the big cameo that we all got. Like I said, it was not an official in-person thing that we all wanted, but it was the best they could do, because obviously Joseph Morgan, who played Klaus, he is currently filming Titans for DC, so obviously he could not be there in person, probably for scheduling reasons or whatever it was. And so, that was that. That's what we got, that we have to live with. Some other, small bits from the show. We had Jed, the former alpha werewolf. Turns out, because he died in the last episode and was brought back, he is now human again. So he's not cursed to be a werewolf anymore. So him and Ben actually leave and to start their life together. And all in all, it was an alright episode. It was better than I thought it was going to be, because, like I said, they did not intend for that to be the series finale. And this was kind of brought to them kind of, suddenly. They didn't expect this to be the last season. And, all in all, it was a decent episode. I enjoyed it, and it did get emotional there for a minute, because, we had been with these characters, a lot of them anyways, that universe for the last 13 years for a lot of us, because I watched it from the beginning. I watched originals, and it was, as it can be, it was difficult to see a TV show that you more or less grew up with in some form kind of end and just be done. That was that, so it was it was a rough, but it was a decent goodbye. You can't really ask for more when it comes to stuff like that. But anyways, guys, that was my quick review and kind of reaction to it. It was a rough episode, but it was good, and it was a good send-off in my opinion. And, Joseph Morgan did us the favor of coming back, because he expressed many times before that he would never play Klaus ever again. He was done with it. Klaus was dead. But he did us this favor and came back in some form, even though it wasn't what we really wanted. Of course, we all wanted him to be there in person, but just obviously for scheduling reasons, he probably could not pull that off. But yeah, that was it. That was my review. I hope you enjoyed it. Keep coming back for more content. If you enjoy the channel, you enjoy the content, spoilers and all, please subscribe below. That would be greatly appreciated. I appreciate the shit out of it. I appreciate any watches that you give me. And I think that will do it, guys. So until next time, I'll see you later. Bye.